right? But the Lord has his agenda. As it is written in Proverbs 19 verse 21, I like to quote the scriptures, my favorite scripture. There be many devices in a man's heart. In other words, thoughts, purpose, plans, agendas, but the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand. So the Lord has his agenda, and that agenda is going to stand over all, because obviously he created men, and being that he's creating us, or he has created us, he's above us, man. So whatever we have in mind, if it ain't by the will of the Lord, it ain't going to happen. If it's by the will of the Lord and it's a part of his purpose, then it's going to happen. It's going to stand. Alright? So what is the purpose of the Lord in these times? Again, to destroy this place. And to deliver the elect, to set up the kingdom. So let's read this. Verse 8. It shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land, and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Let's read this again. Shall be preserved from the said perils. What are the said perils? The time of Jacob's trouble, which martial law, and this up and coming war, famines. This stuff we talk about from time to time, man. Alright? Being put into concentration camps and other things that we do talk about. Like I said, all of the stuff that we do talk about, when we do our lessons. So we're going to be surviving out of those perils because of why? Our faith, and as well as our works that we've done. That's the Lord is taken into account. Verse 8 again. Shall be preserved from the said perils, in other words, saved, shall see my salvation in my land, and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So we're going to be transferred from the lands that we were put to shame and scattered abroad to the land of Israel. And that's why a nuclear war is going to happen, so that those people can be ridden out of that land, and we can stand in that land once again and rebuild the desolate places within that land and other places on the face of the earth. You see? But yeah, according to also Bible prophecy, we're going to be delivered, as well as you brothers already know this already. But for those that don't know, that are just tuning in, the elect of the nation of Israel, which is the chosen nation above all nations, there's going to be an election among us, which we are the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians. The elect of us will be delivered and saved from the lands that we were brought to shame and scattered in, to be brought to the land of Israel. Alright? So that's why it says, for the ones that he sanctified shall see his land through his salvation. That's in the book of Jeremiah 16, verse 14, that is. Alright? Where it says, that reads, where it will not be spoken of that the Lord hath brought us out of Egypt, but it shall be spoken that the Lord hath delivered us out of the land that we were scattered in all the that's it pretty much right there, and to be brought back to the land of the Lord, which is the land of Jerusalem. So again, we're even approaching those times as well. And those that were appointed for salvation will see the Lord's land. Like I said, you brothers out there, man, potentially. As our belief gets more stronger and stronger of in the fact that we could be the elect, as it should anyway. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to close this out real soon. I'll go back over here. So it reads, and then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away. This is probably going to be a 2-hour walk and talk, man. So anyway, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. So that's the ones of our people that have disregarded the hand of the Lord, and gave the Lord the cold shoulder, so to speak. Those that know they're Israelites, and as well as those that don't know and that don't want to know at all. The Most High is going to cast them away and deliver them to the judgment that are written in His book. Which I'll get into that later on. So let's move on, and we're going to get some precepts. I'm trying to hold my phone, brothers. Not get in that habit of putting my phone in my pocket a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all we need on that. So let's get also in the book of Matthew 7. Matthew 7, verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Yahweh, Yahweh, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. Or they say, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai. But he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven. Exactly. So you have to be those men that were born of the Lord. And that's a video that I'm going to do as well, because you got men out there, because they want to deny the Son, at the same time in time they're denying the Father. So when you have that mindset of denying the Son, you ain't going to be doing the Father's will. Okay? You're going to be doing other things, man. And this is why it brings this again. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. So again, as I say, if you don't acknowledge the Son, then you're not going to acknowledge His ways in doing His work. We acknowledge Him. We acknowledge the Son. So therefore we understand that there's a certain way that the Lord wants us to do what He has commanded us to do, man. So they're going to be delivered. They that do His will. 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in Thy name? And in Thy name have cast out devils, and in Thy name have done many wonderful works. Then will I profess unto them, I never knew you, depart from me, that work iniquity. There you go. There you go, man. Never knew you. So that's just what it is, man. That's the bottom line. That's why we got to be doing the right thing. Consistently. Much diligence. We don't want to be like these guys that we see, man, going off and Wolfie going off, and they don't want to change their ways. And there's even as well as the 2/3 of us, man. We don't want to be walking in their ways. Alright? But really Matthew 7 and 22 is talking about those that know they're Israelites, because they obviously know the name of the Lord. They say Lord, Lord anyway. But they're not going to enter into the kingdom. They're not going to be saved, because they didn't do the will of the Father in heaven. Alright? And as a matter of fact, they're going to be delivered unto them plagues. So that's all I have to say on that. Yeah, I'm about to close out real soon, so that's why I'm heading this way. Oh, man. We don't know what's happening. It's alright. Yeah, so that's all we got to read right there. Made that point. Hebrews 6. Hebrews 6, verse 10. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your works and labor, and of love which you have showed towards His name, and that you have ministered to the saints in your midst. So again, back to when that time comes, time will get in trouble, which He will begin to break. He's going to further The Lord remembers that. It says that one day to the Lord is as 1,000 years. Okay, to us. So the Lord obviously is going to remember automatically. He's going to remember the works that you've done. So therefore, all of those works that we've done, the labors that we put into this thing, and the afflictions that we went through by the laboring, all of that is going to be taken into account. And we're going to receive righteous judgment from that. So this is why I say, brothers, man, yeah, we're going to go through some hard times, man. Some difficult times. It's going to be severely difficult, but always remember that the Lord isn't going to forget your labors of love. You went out there, you did the work, you did your sit-downs, you know, you did the prophets' commandment, which really is the Lord speaking through the prophets. As well as Paul said, exhort you one another daily. We've done that already. Yeah? So now expect your reward. Have no doubt in your mind anymore. Times of doubt should be done and over in your mind, man. Alright? Should be open, flooding our minds with something which is forth to come, which is our salvation. Point back in the story. So let me get one last scripture, or a couple more scriptures. We're gonna close this out. You just spend me for 1 minute.
Light is the positive.
Yeah, so that's it right there. Okay, 1 Corinthians. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna read verse 33. I'm gonna turn to my right. I'm gonna get this grass over here. Yeah. Alright, so it reads, wherefore, my brethren, when ye come together, is this the one I really wanted? Yeah, this is it right here. 1 Corinthians 11, verse 32. This is it right here. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world, like I was quoting earlier before, on how through our labors, in other words, doing the work that we're doing in promoting and exhorting Yahweh Shai with his ministry, we're being chastened by him. Like I've mentioned, you know, you brothers, you know, you're being afflicted by, that's the Lord chastening you. And sometimes, you know, he'll heighten the chastening, or he'll level it for you, man. But that's just so you cannot be condemned with the world eventually. Okay? So let's read this again. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. So the Lord judges us in ways that he does. That's why he puts those afflictions on us. You know? So sometimes you may go through financial problems. There may be times that you might have ill health, or you may have a disease that you can't get rid of. And sometimes it takes its toll on you greatly. And there's times where you know, the disease may not be so heavy upon you. So this is the Lord chastening you day to day, however he does it, so that what, you're not condemned with the world. So if we're being chastened of the Lord as we're laboring for the Lord, and we continue to do this to the very end, then eventually when the world gets condemned, we won't be condemned with it. You see?